Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Week 7 Border NFL Gurus Commissioner's Address. What a week. We had some winning streaks extended and some losing streaks also extended. We had a few tight games. We had one massive blowout. You know what? Same old story. Let's get right into her. We're going to start off with Joe Buck Yourself versus Vic This. And this one was a tight one heading into Sunday night. And Joe Buck Yourself pulled ahead by 38. It was enough to hang on against Alshon Jeffrey and Zach Ertz in the Monday Nighter. And Vic This couldn't muster up enough. So Joe Buck Yourself takes this one 102-82. And that is 4 in a row for Joe Buck Yourself. On the other side of that coin, Vic This dropping 4 straight after his hot start. Joe Buck Yourself, Julio Jones, finally with the touchdown, leading the way for him, followed up by Jimmy Graham. Not much of performances in this battle for either squad, but it is what it is, and Joe Buck Yourself currently sitting in the 5 spot. Moving over to Billy Large versus Hanging with Hernandez. Billy Large taking this one quite easily, 137-92. And Billy led by Carson Wentz, 39 points. Chucking fucking darts out there. Guy's looking good. Tyreek Hill with 19. Le'Veon with 19. Again, he's coming to life. We talked about him last week. Jordan Reed, 2 touchdowns. Where'd this guy come from? Fucking Houdini'd all year, and then all of a sudden, poof, there he is, 18 points. Patience does pay off, Billy, so good on you for starting him. And Hanging with Hernandez, LaShawn McCoy had a nice day, and his kicker had a decent day, and he lost Carson Palmer to injury in that one. That win propels Billy to first place in the league with a 5-2 record, and drops Hanging with Hernandez to 11th with a 2-5 record. Not looking good. He does need a quarterback, though, so if anybody's got a spare QB kicking around, maybe reach out to him, help the little fella out. Moving over to Panty Raiders versus Rays Finkles. Panty Raiders taking this one 107-95, giving them their 4th straight win, led by Tyrod Taylor with 22 points. Other than that, not a lot to write home about. And for Rays Finkles, unfortunately, Dak Prescott was the only guy that showed up for him. Nice day with almost 36 points, but wasn't enough. So Panther Raiders currently sit in the 4th spot, and Rays Finkel sitting in the 8th seed. And that was Panther Raiders' 4th straight win as well. So things looking up for him in his inaugural season. Moving over to Clug the Plug versus Rogers Dodgers. Rogers Dodgers picking up the W here. 143-130. Nice week for Clug, but just couldn't get her done against a strong Rogers Dodgers outing. Zeke, 40 points. Boom. Other than that, I had Greg Zuerlein, Greg the Leg, putting up 17, and his linebacker had a nice day as well. Clug the Plug just couldn't get her done. But that win moves Rogers Dodgers into 6th, and with a nice 3-4 record, and drops Clug the Plug into the 10th position. Moving over to, just wait here, we're having some technical issues. Just hang on, everybody. For fuck's sakes. Okay, Rosterbation versus the Mighty Ducks. This was a surprisingly close match, considering they are separated by quite a bit in the standings. Rosterbation taking this one 108-103, leaving him in 2nd and atop the Rockstar division, while dropping the Mighty Ducks to 1-6 and leaving them in 12th spot. Tough one for the Mighty Ducks. That was their 4th straight loss. Not a good stretch for the Flash boys here, but you know what? Still alive. I've got in with a 6-7 record before Reed, so keep your chin up there, little fella. Okay, don't get too worked up. And there wasn't really any big performances to talk about in that one at all. It was kind of a snooze fest, but a tight game nonetheless. And our final game of the week was Suck My Ditka versus the IR Del Beckham. Suck My Ditka taking this one 148 to 84. That is one of the highest point outputs I'm fairly sure this season. It ranks right up there anyway. Led by Derek Carr with 36, Gurley with 21, who's really coming on. Kicker Boswell, 19 points. Not bad. And Tyler Croft, I believe that was a last-minute waiver wire pickup, picking up 10 points, so not too shabby. Iredell Beckhams have been in nothing but trouble since losing Odell. But anyway, they still sit at 5-2, lost back-to-back games, but still in good shape, sitting in third position. And that one pulls Suck My Ditka up to 3-4 and into the 7 seed. So they are in starting to make a little bit of headways here. Our blowout of the week. Well, lo and behold, that belongs to the Iredell Beckhams, who got their ass handed to them by Suck My Ditka this week by 64 points. 64 points, which is an absolute drubbing. So, Mr. Watt, congratulations, you are the blowout of the week. Moving over to our jackass of the week. You know, it was kind of a tough call this week, but didn't really think about this before, who I was going to give it to. You know what? I think I know what's going to happen here. You know what? This week, even though... Oh, sorry. It just wouldn't be the same. This week, it's going to go to the Panty Raiders. Now, even though they won, mind you, leaving Amari Cooper on the bench, 33 points. Now, I know he hasn't been great this season, but he's playing against a KC team, which you got to expect Oakland's going to be playing from behind in this game. And outside of Cooper, Crabtree's the red zone threat. That's about it, though. But if they want to move the ball, it's going to Cooper. And if you're a Raider fan, which you are, you should know this. So to leave him on the bench, that earns you the Jackass of the Week award. And I'm sorry, but that's the way it's going to be. If you don't like it, fucking shape up. All right? So moving into Week 8, we got some pivotal matchups. Let's start with Joe Buck yourself, Panty Raiders. This is a 4 versus 5. Both teams on 4-game winning streaks. Somebody's is coming to an end Monday night. Who's it going to be? We don't know. Clug the Plug versus Billy Large. This should be a snooze fest, but you never know. Clug put up a good point total last week. Let's see what he's got in the tank. Race Finkles versus the Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks desperately need a win here. So let's see if he can rise to the challenge. Rogers Dodgers versus the IR Del Beckhams. Rogers Dodgers projected to take this one, but hey, you never know. Rosterbation versus Vic This. Should be a decent game. They're tied at 3 right now because of the Thursday Nighter, but we'll see what happens. And Suck My Ditka versus Hanging with Hernandez. Hanging with Hernandez actually projected to win that one, so we'll see. Quick run over the standings. Rosterbation, Panty Raiders, and Joe Buck yourself, all with a 5-2 mark, sit atop the Rockstar division. And Race Finkles, Vic This behind them at 3-4, and the Mighty Ducks with a lowly 1-6. Moving over to the bench warmers, Billy Large, Iredell Beckham's tied at 5-2, but Billy edges him out in divisional play. And followed by Rogers Dodgers, Suck My Ditka at 3-4, and Clug the Plug and Hang It with Hernandez at 2-5. Round out the divisions. Some more injuries this week. It's nothing new. You got to be playing that wire. You got to be starting the right guys. We're halfway through the season at this point. It's still it's not a 1-horse race. It's not a 2-horse race. It's a 12-horse race. Well, 11, Reed, you're out. But just kidding, buddy. You can still get in at 6 and 7. So she's a tight one. see what happens. Some big games. So until next time, keep playing that wire. All hail the commish.